What if I told you that you could become a millionaire without ever creating a budget? I know, it sounds completely nuts, but that's the exact promise of David Bach's incredible book, The Automatic Millionaire. So today, we're going to break down his simple, powerful system that can build your wealth in the background without you even having to think about it. Okay, let's just tackle this head on because this one question, it goes against everything we've ever been taught about money, right? The usual advice is all about discipline, spreadsheets, and tracking every single penny. But what if the real secret isn't about having more willpower? What if it's just about having a smarter system, one that actually works with our human nature, not against it? So before we can build that new system, we really have to understand why the old one, that traditional budget, is for most people just fundamentally flawed. And listen, it's not because you're not trying hard enough. It's actually a design problem. Just think about it for a second. A typical budget forces you to make dozens of tiny, correct financial decisions every single day. Should I buy this coffee? Can I really afford that? It's this constant battle, this feeling of restriction, and it always leads to the same thing, decision fatigue. And this is the key right here. This idea that our willpower is like a muscle. By the end of a long, stressful day, after you've made a million other choices, your financial willpower muscle is just exhausted. And that's when we overspend. Not because we're bad with money, but just because we're human. So when you put the two methods side by side, the difference is just night and day. On one hand, you've got budgeting, which demands constant effort and restriction, and honestly has a super high failure rate. But on the other hand, you have the automatic method. It just requires a few good decisions one time to build a system that pretty much runs itself. It's all about getting rid of that daily struggle for good. Okay, so if budgeting is the problem, then what's the solution? Well, it's a beautifully simple but incredibly powerful idea called pay yourself first. And this isn't just a clever tip, it's a complete shift in how you think about your money. Most of us do the exact opposite, right? We pay our rent, our bills, our credit cards, and then we just kind of hope there's something left over to save. Pay yourself first totally flips that script. You start treating your future self as your most important bill, and you pay it automatically, right off the top. Then you just learn to live on whatever's left. Now, I know looking at a goal like saving 15, maybe 25% of your income might feel a little daunting. But here's the magic trick. Because this happens automatically, often before you even see the money in your checking account, you just adapt. You seriously don't miss what you never see. You can start with just 1% and slowly increase it. The key is just to get that automatic flow started. But the big question is, where does this money even come from? And that brings us to the book's most famous concept, the Latte Factor. This is the key to finding the money you're absolutely sure you don't have, and it's the fuel for your entire automatic system. Now, this idea isn't really about your coffee. It's about a much bigger truth. Those small, almost unconscious purchases we make every single day have a staggering opportunity cost. It's like money is just leaking out of our financial lives, and we don't even notice it's gone. Let's see exactly how this works. We'll start with just $5 a day. It could be a fancy coffee, a snack from the vending machine, some little impulse buy online. It feels like nothing, doesn't it? But that tiny little daily habit, well, it quickly adds up to over $1,800 in a single year. I mean, that's real money. But wait, the true cost is way, way bigger. Because when you factor in the power of investing, that same $5 a day, if you invested it over 30 years, could grow to over $175,000. All of a sudden, that daily habit isn't just costing you $5, it's costing you a serious chunk of your future. So, what's your Latte Factor? Is it that streaming service you forgot you even had? The daily takeout lunch? The goal here isn't to make you feel guilty or to deprive yourself of everything you enjoy. Not at all. It's just about becoming aware of where your money is going so you can consciously decide to redirect some of it towards your future. All right, we've talked about the why. Now let's get to the good stuff. Let's build the machine. Here is the simple, step-by-step blueprint to make your wealth building completely automatic. It's really just 4 steps. First, automate your retirement savings. If your job has a 401k match, that is literally free money. It's your number one priority. Step 2, build your safety net by automating transfers to an emergency fund. Next, automate your bills to kill that stress and avoid late fees. And finally, automate your dreams. Create separate automatic savings for those big goals, like a vacation or a down payment. You set these systems up just once, and then they take over for good. And that really brings us to the ultimate takeaway from all of this. Building wealth isn't about being some financial genius with perfect, superhuman self-control. It's about being smart enough to build a system that does all the heavy lifting for you, automatically, month after month after month. So that leaves you with one last really important question. After seeing how all this works, what is the very first automatic transfer you are going to set up? Is it going to be capturing that 401k match, starting an emergency fund with just $25? Honestly, the amount doesn't matter nearly as much as the action. So take that one step to build the system today. Your future self will absolutely thank you for it.